Welcome to Design Diary, the podcast where you get to look inside my board game design notebook as well as what's going on inside my head. We look at a new word each day from the sense of mechanics, tone, theme, or inspiration for a full game. Today's word is
Trammel. Something impeding activity, progress, or freedom. Restraint, usually used in plural, which is one of those things that I've heard before. It's the example here was someone who's hampered by the trammels of fame. I may have heard that once in my life, but otherwise I've never heard it. But there are five extra alternate definitions. So a trammel net is a net for catching birds or fish, especially. I don't know what that especially. I guess it just means specifically for birds or fish. An adjustable pothook for a fireplace, or for a fireplace crane. A shackle used for making a horse amble. An ellipsograph, or a beam compass. So it seems like it's like a product or a tool name more than anything else, but its main use is something that impedes progress or freedom. So I dug a little deeper into this, and I wrote the trammels. Cracks me up. The trammels of family. So, and did I stray from this? I did write 4 pages on it. So here we go. The trammels of family. Concept, and half of a page is where I intended to write other things and just skipped past it. But the trammels of family. The concept is you are a son or daughter in a long line of family doctors. You're expected to do your duty and to go to medical school just like everyone else and basically just suck it up. It's not you, though. This is their dream and not yours. And I drew what a trammel is for a fishing net, which looks, gamey on its own. It's like a diamond with smaller diamonds. So it's a net made up of diamonds with smaller diamonds inside of those. So if the fish makes it through the big one, it gets stuck in the middle in the little ones. And everything I read said it had 3 tiers, but I believe it's just a big one, a small one in the middle, and a big one on the outside. Any, fisherman, fisherwoman that are listening can please correct me. But I wrote here, if you pass through the big area, you will definitely get caught in the small area. And then I wrote, cast a wide net, then narrow, caught in the net. So I was just, kind of struggling to figure out what this actually meant. Then I wrote, here's where the page is just a whole page with 3 lines. Living someone else's dream, stuck in the family business, or the disappointing artist child, which I can relate to. I also wrote, see the net before it's too late. And then back to family. Seeing the net before it's too late is interesting, where something gets into your field of vision or your reach within a game, and by the time it's pressing closer and closer, and at some point it's too late for you to react and get out of the way. And I like that as like thinking of cards, like a card line that's drawn out, and you're working your way towards the deck or something, and just you want to get to things before they get to you. But going back to the family's preventing you from taking the path that you want in life. They put out a restriction. It's technically a size in their trammel, so you can only sneak tiny things through or try to defeat it. My dog is going crazy if you can hear it. So a net is cast, and as a player, you need to use your tools to disable it, or you need to have some smaller things sneak through. So thinking of that as a 54 card game, I wrote 2 cards are dealt, and they're number based. So thinking of just like a numbers on cards game. So 2 cards are dealt. The high card is the wide net. The low is the narrow net. So in order to progress through the round, you need to play smaller than the low, which sneaks through the tiny fields in the net. Or you can play larger than the round, which if you play something larger than the round, you basically destroy the net. And once you destroy the net, all players proceed to the next round or scoring or whatever it is. So playing below the low number succeeds and gains you some points. Playing between the numbers, you just get stuck. And playing above the high, you destroy the net. Oh, and I wrote free anybody on it, which I think also would end the round. The net will complete when X amount of fish are stuck or when a player bashes or destroys it. If based, I guess if bashed, all fish are free and gain secondary points on the other side except the basher. Okay, so what happens is, I know I can sneak some fish through and I get some points. I can get my fish stuck, which is bad. But if somebody destroys this, somebody takes one for the team and destroys this net eventually, we all get, we don't get to the other side without any harm, so we get a secondary reward. Except the basher. Maybe the basher, they took one for the team and they're in bad shape or caught in just the whole net surrounds them and they're done. But if it's full, if the net is full, it gets pulled up before somebody bashes it. Nobody gains anything extra. The fish that are on it are removed from the game. If neither, issue. So either, there's an issue in mechanically, or there's an issue where this game just simply doesn't work. But I wrote game points on what is on the other side that you got to. And, you might get sets and collections. So the first ones through get some special things. And I can see all that working as a concept where two cards define a range and you want to work outside of that range. And I didn't write it here, but I thought I had the idea that you had to play all your cards. But it creates a problem where if the cards are multi-use, it doesn't create that problem. But if they're single-use, the problem is that you don't have a choice. You're just going to play the ones that go through, and then you're going to play the ones that get stuck, and hopefully somebody else has to bash it before you do. But if I sit down and actually think about this, the idea would be to fix that issue. Having multi-use cards is great, and tucking cards away till next round. Saving things or contributing to the size of the net for the next round. That's one of those things that's neat. And, buying other cards that you can, to build your arsenal and hopefully protect yourself. But as of right now, it's just low is good, medium is not so good, and bad is potentially good, where you may use a big one to bash it before somebody else can and before other people get too much stuff, stuck on that net. But I don't know. It's definitely, it needs a couple more things to actually function. Then the last thing I have on my notebook is week 2 done, which is true. We're done the second week. We survived the weekdays, a whole nother week of this. So if you're listening, the weekends have special guests. Make sure you come back for the weekends. It's great. And thank you for joining us on this super awesome journey. So see you around, share your ideas, and have fun designing. See ya.